Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS Inform. I'm your host, Bill Potter, and today we're going to meet a candidate running for Dubois County Clerk, and that is Amy Kippenbrock. Amy, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Glad to have you. Now, Amy, let's start off by finding out who you are. Tell us about yourself, please.
I'm Amy Kippenbrock. I am living in Jasper, been married to Kevin Kippenbrock from St. Henry for about 14 years. When we first got married, we lived over there in St. Henry for a few years, and we have moved back to Jasper since. That's where my heart belongs. And I have 3 boys. I have Josh, who is 24. He lives in Biloxi, Mississippi. And I have Wiley, 12, and Cooper is 8. They keep us pretty busy. We have a lot of activities going on at our house. We do a lot of volunteer work. Most of our volunteer work these days are surrounded around the kids' activities. I have helped chair the Destination Imagination program at Holy Trinity Catholic School for several years. That's really a great program for kids to be involved in. It really helps them bring their creative side out and think outside the box. It's amazing to watch what kids can really do with their efforts. We spend a lot of time with the Scouts program. We got a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout, and we love to be outdoors and take part in those types of activities. Outside of doing stuff for my kids, I love to go jeeping and be a part of some car shows and just other things besides just the kids' activities.
Let's talk a little bit about your qualifications, if you could talk about your work history.
Yeah, so I really believe running for office is a job interview. It's a job interview with every voter in the county. It seems to be a big undertaking some days, but it's been so pleasant so far. I come from, prior to working at the courthouse, I worked at Stens for about 10 years and had a number of different roles there. I started out in inside sales, met and exceeded some sales goals and was promoted to team leader. Really gave me an opportunity to get involved with the hiring of people and training process, and really still working on my own sales goals, but also working with other sales members that maybe had some obstacles of themselves and needed to get another little resource to help them out. I was there for about 10 years, wrapped up in territory manager position. That was, I did a lot of traveling with that. Went on to travel. I traveled the whole country about 1 week a month. I would travel to different places and interact with business owners and people that ran small engine repair shops, and really listen to what their obstacles were and try to find solutions that would really help them at the end of the day. Save a dollar, make a process easier, really just solve those issues that they were having, and maybe see if I could sell a few parts in the meantime. From there, I went to work at the clerk's office. I've been there for about 1.5 years, and it has been a very rewarding position. We do a lot of good things in helping with the community. Sometimes it's a very fast-paced day, and sometimes it's a little bit slower. What I do at the clerk's office is really a range of activities. I kind of cover all the different duties that are required in the office. As the first deputy, I am in charge or take care of things when the current clerk is out of the office, and that really can be just anything and everything from day to day. Another thing that really has helped me being in the clerk's office is I've had an opportunity to attend different conferences. So the clerks attend a Clerks Association conference every year. They also attend Association of Indiana County conferences. Those are good conferences to go to just so you're on top of the legislation that's happening, things that are new that are coming down the pipeline for us that we're affected by. Is a great place to network with other people that are doing the same things in other counties, and it really gives us an opportunity to make those relationships. And if there's something that comes up here that maybe we haven't experienced before, we can call another county and talk to those clerks, and we already know who they are because we're interacting with them at those conferences. So it's really it just really gives you a good day-to-day of the activities and gives you great networking resources to network with.
Now, being in the clerk's office now, what are some And maybe improvement's not the right word, because there may not be improvements that need to be made, but are there some areas that maybe need to be adjusted? What are things that you look to the future for the clerk's office?
Yeah, so I think everybody running for office has to ask themselves that. Why are you running, and what do you want to make a difference with? I believe working in the clerk's office is a great place to spend my time. I feel like I want to make a difference every day. If I'm going to do something, it might as well be worthwhile. I think that the current clerk has set us up with some great things. She's done a great job of cutting some budgets back and improving some of the processes that make us a little more efficient today than maybe they have been in years past. Some of those things the state mandates, but I think that we've come a long way in the last 8 years with the clerk's office. Things that I would like to focus on is things like communication and collaboration. So whether that would be within our office or other offices that we interact with, I think that we have to remember to listen as much as we do engage. And I think that if we listen with the intent to understand, that we can learn a lot from what somebody else has to do and what their experience is, and maybe we can make the efficient processes that would help all of us involved. So I think that's really one of the big areas where we could listen to each other and collaborate within those different county offices. Something else that I think is really as important is the public interaction that we have. We have a lot of people that come into our office at the clerk's office there in the courthouse. Maybe something brought them in that's not quite so pleasant, or maybe it's just confusing as far as finding an old record or an old document that they need for something or other. I think that it's our job to understand what brought them there, and we might not have the exact answer that they need as far as what they want to hear, but if we can listen and we patiently respond and explain why our answer isn't what they want to hear, how that can then help them in the next step in the process. So I think understanding what they need and really listening to what they want, and then patiently explaining and trying to do our best as to give them the proper answer and send them in the right direction. Try to make it as a good interaction with county government and try to do the best that we can there.
Why are you choosing to run for office?
When I first threw my name in the hat, and really I had several people ask me that, and it was hard to form words to put around the feeling. I feel like it's my way of giving back to the community. It's my way of taking a stand and making a difference, one, for myself, but two, to show my kids and show those around us that we have to stand up and be a part of the community and making it something better than what it was when we're gone. I feel like it's everyone's responsibility to stand up and make a difference. I feel like we all have our own way of making that difference, whether it be just making someone smile at the store or standing up and running for office. I think it takes people doing all kinds of things to make the world a better place. And I really feel like the clerk's office has been a very rewarding position for me. It has been a way that makes me feel fulfilled at the end of the day, that I truly made a difference with my time. And when I spend time away from my family, it has to be important, and I really feel like it makes a difference in what I do on a daily basis. And that means a lot to me, and I feel like I would really like the opportunity to continue doing that.
Now, this is your 30 seconds of campaigning, I guess, in a way. So what would you like to tell the voters?
I guess my final thought is I feel like I'm a very well experienced individual coming into the courthouse. I feel like I have firsthand knowledge of how the office works and would be the most experienced person available to vote for. I feel like I would really like to bring communication, collaboration, just an all-around good experience to those people that have to interact with the clerk's office, and I would really appreciate your vote for Dubois County Clerk.
All right. Well, Amy, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Our guest has been Amy Kippenbrock. Now, Amy is running for Dubois County Clerk, so everybody in Dubois County will vote for that office. Amy Kippenbrock, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks. Have a great day.
It's been our pleasure. Thank you for watching WJTS Inform. We are local people watching local people.